All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we've got a Houston Rockets video for you. 6 straight wins, man. 6 straight wins. It feels pretty damn good. But before we get into this video, guys, if you enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you're new. We're still trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I know it's kind of a bold goal, but we're still trying to hit it nonetheless. I want to remind you guys, I have a Houston Rockets Daily channel down below, but also I'm doing a little thing where if the Rockets lose to the Nets on Wednesday, if you retweet my pinned tweet on my Twitter, and if you're following me and the Rockets lose, I'm gonna pick a random retweeter and give them $20 because I came out on Twitter today and I said that the Rockets are going to beat the Brooklyn Nets on Wednesday and extend their winning streak to 7. Now, really, the only reason I'm thinking that is because I'm not even thinking injuries. Like, if you look at it on paper right now, obviously without Jalen Green, without KPJ, if you pair us up on paper against the Brooklyn Nets, not that great. We're not looking that great compared to them. They have a little guy named, or not a little guy, they got a guy named Kevin Durant. They also got a guy named James Harden. My hope is that they continue to ride this momentum. Guys like Garrison Matthews continue to show up. Veterans like Daniel House Jr., specifically Eric Gordon, hopefully both of those two guys, I'm predicting them to have huge nights against Brooklyn because right now the Rockets have won 6 straight games. They lost 15 straight before it. And we're finally in the media. Like, we're finally in the media. First off, you have a ton of ridiculous stuff out there. You know, the Rockets are 6-0 without Jalen Green. I'm just speaking facts. You put it together. Ridiculous. That's how you know they don't watch Rocket games. But anyways, I'm hoping that this team can continue to ride that momentum that they're riding right now. And this is going to be James Harden's first visit at the Toyota Center since he was traded away. Now, I know Rocket fans do not like when these words come out of my mouth. If you're a James Harden diehard fanboy, still are, skip like a minute in. Because, first off, what James Harden did to the Houston Rockets organization was extremely disrespectful. Extremely disrespectful. I don't know why people are still so obsessed with a man who treated the organization on his way out like dog shit. Just a fact. But something also James Harden tends to not do is he also tends to not play well in big time games. And I'm not saying that a game in December, early December, is a big time game. All I'm trying to get at here is I think that the combination of the Rockets playing so well right now, just playing great team basketball, you combine that with James Harden's first return to the Toyota Center since he was traded. I mean, he's going to get booed. I don't think he plays well. I just don't think James Harden plays well, and hopefully the cats, the young cats, the old cats on this Rockets team can continue to propel them to a victory. I don't think we have any update on KPJ's game on Wednesday, so we do have some time. We got 2 days until the next Rockets game. I would imagine I believe Jalen Green's just straight up out. I believe he's out for this whole upcoming week. But why have the Rockets been able to do this? Are the Rockets ever going to lose again? Fun fact, the Rockets are, what are they, like 4.5 games out of the play-in tournament right now, so we're starting to see a bunch of, could they do it? Could they do it? Could they do it? I don't think so. I don't think the Rockets will make the play-in tournament this year, but hey, I didn't think that they'd win 6 straight games, but at the same time, I didn't think they'd lose 15 straight games. So who really knows what to think about this whole Rockets roster right now? A huge reason has been Garrison Matthews. I mean, Garrison Matthews is shooting over 47% from the field. He's shooting over 40% from downtown in this win streak. And I think one thing we all can agree on it, by the way, he's on a 2-way contract. So I don't think people were really anticipating much. I'm sure I could go back to my Discord, and because I was really excited for the signing of Garrison Matthews because it was pretty last minute. So when the Rockets picked up Garrison Matthews, and I remember, I know who Garrison Matthews is. I remember he had I think it was like a 21-point game for Washington last season. And so I know who he is. I didn't think he would have this kind of an impact. I think one thing is for sure, no matter when Jalen Green comes back, no matter when Kevin Porter Jr. comes back, no matter what happens to House, to Gordon, to DJ, etc., etc. Garrison Matthews needs to play. I mean, it's just a straight up fact. I don't have the offensive and defensive ratings right here, but it is a straight up fact that the Rockets, with Garrison Matthews on the court, play better than when Garrison Matthews is not on the court. He's starting games now. He's closing games. He was closing games before he was even starting games, so you could tell Stephen Silas probably had a good feeling about Garrison Matthews. He's one of the only Rockets player on this roster who can run around the court, get the ball while he's moving, maybe do like a dribble or just catch and shoot and put that up right there at a high level, at a very high level. I know we have guys Eric Gordon's having a really good shooting year right now. He's shooting 44% from downtown, which is great for Eric Gordon. Hopefully they can figure out a way to trade him. I still don't think that they're going to be able to get it done. I think what ends up happening is Eric Gordon plays the rest of the year for the Rockets, because he's about to turn 33 at the end of December. I believe December 26th he turns 33. And he's getting paid over $18 million a year. So a contending team probably wants Eric Gordon, but I don't know if they want him enough to match those salaries, because you're going to have to match $18 million worth of salaries. And for championship contending teams, that's probably a useful player like the Suns, Cameron Johnson, the Lakers, THT. Those two teams are not going to trade either of those players. Now, one other thing, Christian Wood. Now, I had a lot of issues with Christian Wood, actually, not too long ago. Literally 2 weeks ago, I had a bunch of issues with Christian Wood because this guy was throwing hissy fits. He was pouting after losing a handful of games, maybe more than a handful of games, but he wasn't happy with his role in the offense. He wasn't happy. And it just has me questioning, I don't think he can be a leader on a championship team. I'm sure he could be a third option and get paid a decent buck. He could be a very solid Kevin Love-esque player. Christian Wood's defense, to his credit, has been improving. It has been improving. He's getting better. He's finally starting to make his threes. He was really struggling making his threes, and that's kind of why he was struggling so much offensively. He's also starting to make his free throws again, which is a good sign. Rebounds, he's just bringing them all in. But I don't know what, it just rubbed me the wrong way 3 weeks ago when he was just all hissy. He's throwing a hissy fit, a temper tantrum that their team's not doing well. And it's I get where he's coming from, and I'm not saying I'm not trying to ridicule him right now. I'm just trying to say for my franchise, if he wants to get paid like a franchise player, I don't really want. First off, my franchise player, I want their ceiling to be the next freaking LeBron James, not 20 and 10. And then also it's just is he gonna pose locker room issues if you bring in say the Rockets brought in 2 stars? Would James Harden and Christian Wood have meshed if they played for 5 straight years and never won anything? Probably not. Christian Wood's a pretty outspoken guy, and there's definitely nothing wrong with that. I'm just starting to question unless he starts to consistently play how he's playing right now, why the hell are you complaining? If your game if you're not backing up your game, if your game's trash and you're trashing on the team, it's what the hell are you doing? The hell, you look in your mirror. It's kind of like AD. AD was going at the Lakers a couple weeks ago. It's look at what you're doing right now. Who the hell are you? Just because you've won one championship? I know that's very impressive, but you still got to back it up. Just because you won one championship doesn't mean you can just coast the rest of your career and blame everybody but yourself. So I'm not saying I got an issue, but it is something to monitor. It's something I'm monitoring at the very least. So will the Rockets ever lose again? Yeah. Are they going to lose to the Brooklyn Nets? I don't think so. Drop some predictions down below in the comment section, and then go ahead, hit that Twitter up if you want to enter this little giveaway contest. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.